What's up everyone, this is Donnie aka Elevated with another video here on behalf of Dota Alchemy, and this one is sponsored once again by our friends at Skillshare. We are super excited to be sponsored by them. It's a great service and we'll tell you a little bit more about it later on. But this is a meme or meta video, but there's a pro player that is creating this particular concept, and it's something that I noticed a couple weeks ago. It's Gabbi from TNC Predator, and I was looking at his Dota 2 Pro Tracker maybe 2 weeks ago, and I noticed that he had gone something like 15-1 during that week on carry Nightstalker. And so right now, Nightstalker is obviously a very strong hero. It's a fairly high priority hero in the professional scene, but it is mostly played in the off lane from what we've seen. And I believe that Gabbi is the only person that I have seen at least consistently play it as a safe lane carry. And pretty much every time that TNC picks this hero, they pick it for him in that carry spot. And right now, ESL Hamburg is going on, and he is 3-0 with this hero at that tournament. So I thought, why not make a meme or meta video on a hero that nobody else seems to have caught on to yet, but TNC believes is one of the strongest carries in the patch. So the first thing that I wanted to point out is that he doesn't immediately run to lane. He wants to see where the matchup is, because Nightstalker is a hero that, as we know, is terrible in the early laning stage. And so he does not want to get aggro tri-laned or something like that and be forced out of lane immediately. So he hangs out in the mid lane until his his Legion commander feeds first blood, but gives him the information that the enemy team, in this case Alliance, is bottom, and therefore he is safe to go top. Nightstalker is the ultimate mid-game timing if you play it like TNC does. So we're going to see that for the laning stage, Gabbi is pretty much just going to be CSing under his tower, playing fairly safe, just getting last hits as he can. March will be occupying the Alliance offlane and support's time, and Gabbi will just be playing a regular carry position. So it's about 6 minutes and 30 seconds into the game, and you can see that the lane dynamic has completely shifted. Gabbi is now in the driver's seat. It's kind of like if you're a Bloodseeker and the other lanes are low, suddenly you become the strongest hero on the map. As soon as it hits nighttime, that is what happens to Nightstalker, and you have the ability to bully the other team out of lane. They have to play much more defensively, or you can just run at them, especially once you get the timing of Basilius and Phase Boots. And you can see that the Nightstalker is now able to just out-trade an Abaddon. He's just going to run him down and finish him off with the Void, and he's so good at trading now with 12 armor thanks to the Basilius and the Phase Boots, and nobody can get away from him once he gets on top of them because of this combo. He's got the slow from Void, he's got the Phase Boots as well to gap close, and you can see with Phase active, he has almost 500 movement speed at 7 minutes into the game. So just completely not fair to lane against the Nightstalker at this point. Hey everyone, we know that you watch our videos because you want to learn more about the game of Dota 2 and increase your MMR and have more fun and get more out of your gaming experience. But did you know that you can actually increase your IRL, your real life MMR with Skillshare? Get more out of your hours during the day. Skillshare is an awesome platform that we have been partnering with for a number of months now, and that is because we really genuinely think it's a great platform. It's basically like an online university where the classes are taught by experts in their field. So you can learn stuff like creative writing, graphic design, video editing, music production, entrepreneurship, and more from people who literally do those day to day in their real life to have a career. If you have been wanting to try out a new hobby, or maybe you're thinking of making a career change, or maybe you even just want to do a little bit of on-the-job learning for something that can increase your skill range and give you a little bit more value out of your day, I think that Skillshare is a wonderful platform, and you can try it out completely free using our link in the description below for 2 months. So give it a go, try something new, or just expand on your current knowledge. And without further ado, let's get back into the video. The offlane Nightstalkers that we've been seeing tend to get a little bit active in this first night. We know that sometimes you want to farm more, but generally speaking, you'll see them get active, especially once level 6 happens. And in this case, Gabbi actually skills 3 points in Hunter of the Night, 3 points in Void. This is super greedy. This is the only game that he does it in that we're going to look at. But remember that he is the carry. So his timings, his item timings are the most important, and he's not trying to show up for fights. You can definitely skill Hunter in the Night and go and show up for some fights, but in this game, he's going the ultra greedy route, and he's going to skip his ultimate until he has maxed out Hunter in the Night, so that he has maximum power during the darkness. And you can see him just running down 33 again. 33 realizes there's no way that he can get away. This guy's just way too fast. So they do a little bit of BM, playing with him, and just run him down. And another kind of cool thing about him not skilling Dark Ascension right now is that because it's nighttime until the 10-minute mark, there's really no way for the other team to know whether you have DA or not, because you're already so strong that most of the time you don't even need it to lane or to even show up for fights to some extent. And so you can kind of just bait the other team into thinking that you have Dark Ascension, but then never actually use it. So at about 17 minutes, we're going to see Gabbi finish off the Aghanim scepter. And again, this is the build he goes every single game on this carry Nightstalker. It's Phase, Basilius, Stick, Aghanim scepter. And the Aghanim scepter is the first really, really big timing for this hero. It basically gives you the equivalent of what getting a Radiance is on a Spectre or a Wraith King. So immediately we're going to see them look for some sort of an aggressive play, because if you have nighttime and you have an Aghanim scepter, and it kind of works perfectly as far as the timing goes, because generally speaking, you're going to get the Aghanim scepter around 15 to 17 minutes. That's the good time to have it, which means it's also nighttime, which means it's a great time to take a fight. So the timings just line up very, very well for this carry Nightstalker build. And we're going to see the smoke to the top lane with the Ags, with Dark Ascension. Gabbi's going to come in from behind and just immediately destroy the back lines. There's absolutely nothing that Hanskin can do. There's nothing that anybody can do, in fact, because you can't get away from a Dark Ascension Nightstalker with an Aghanim scepter. And he's just going to completely clean up this fight, constantly stunning people, constantly doing 335 damage in an AoE that is absolutely massive. It's basically the size of Ravage. Does the mini stun, slows people down, and it allows them to just completely clean up this entire Alliance squad. And the best part about having Ags is that you don't even have to stop. It's as long as it's nighttime, you can still be aggressive. And so we're going to see them go in on Limp here. They get the silence. Once again, they smoke up, look for this kill, just because this timing of the Aghanim scepter with the AoE Void is just completely broken, especially at this time in the game where there are no BKBs online. So after farming for a bit more, the next item that Gabbi always goes is going to be a BKB. Occasionally he'll go for Blink, but most of the time it's just BKB, because you kind of just need to run in. If there is somebody you have to get on top of, you can go for Blink first, but it's always Phase, Bassi, Ags, then Blink BKB or BKB Blink. And at that point, you are just an unstoppable menace, because at 23 minutes, nobody can deal with a BKB Nightstalker who has almost 3,000 health, 20 armor, and does an AoE Void, as well as having plus 100 damage, flying vision, and unobstructed pathing. Gabbi is happy to sit hitting the tower until somebody gets initiated on, and then he's going to pop all of his stuff, dive the back lines, and just completely annihilate Alliance. And as a Nightstalker, it's really important that you practice good target selection. You want to find the saves on the enemy team, you want to find the squishy backline, and you want to go ahead and target the heroes that are most upset by having a big, beefy silence on top of them that's hitting them for 300 damage and also keeping them slowed and stuck in his silence. Now, sometimes you don't have the luxury of a good lane, and that might be a pretty common occurrence if you are playing carry Nightstalker. But you're going to see that, like any other carry, if you're having a bad game, you just need to be very selective about your fights. Gabbi is going to fight around Dark Ascension, and if the fight looks bad, he's immediately going to ditch and go and farm, because once again, the timing is all that matters on this hero. It's almost like the OG timing with the IO that they abused at TI, where the carry IO was just too strong once he had a certain set of items. And the same thing applies to this Nightstalker. So you can see that it's currently 11-1, 7k gold lead for Quincy Crew. TNC getting completely obliterated. They have, once again, a very, very greedy kind of mid to late game lineup, and they're playing for that timing. Gabbi's just going to be farming the enemy jungle, and he's just going in for that Aghanim scepter after the phase and Bassi that we've seen previously. And at 19 minutes, he's going to get the Aghanim scepter, and you can see it's 20-2, 8k gold lead for Quincy Crew. But it doesn't matter because the Ags Nightstalker is the great equalizer, and especially when you have something like a Shadow Demon and an Omni Knight behind him, it just makes Gabbi able to play so aggressively around this particular timing. And we're going to see him show up for this fight. They start off losing the Shadow Demon. He pops Dark Ascension. He's going to run in with his AoE Void. They get a nice OD ultimate as well. And suddenly TNC is going to start cleaning up this fight. So you can see him following up the Aghanims with a BKB a few minutes after the previous fight. And once again, this is the build every single game on this hero for carry Nightstalker. This is how you completely become an unkillable force. Night is approaching, which is another great point to take a fight on this carry Nightstalker, because you can pop your Dark Ascension, and then once it's over, you're going to have 5 more minutes of nighttime where you're extremely strong. So using DA to lead into the next night is a great way to utilize it and take a fight around that timing as well. We're going to see them kind of bait in Quincy Crew. Suddenly Gabbi shows up, BKB. He's going to just completely dumpster Sumail. Ember Spirit cannot escape. He's going to go down. You can just completely ignore the Razor. They're going to be very selective about who they're picking off and when, who they're fighting. And that's one of the super powerful things about this hero, is that because you have free pathing and because you can see everything, you can just pick and choose your targets and make sure that you're only going on the ones that really matter. Sumail's going to buy back in. Dark Ascension is going to end, but it doesn't even matter because guess what? AoE Void is completely broken, and Gabbi is going to take full advantage of that, just murdering the Quincy Crew. And that's going to be a dieback on Sumail, and basically the game is now over. So now facing a Mirana, we're going to see Gabbi pick up a gem and a blink, and with Dark Ascension off of cooldown, still nighttime, he's going to just dive in, kill whoever he can. It's going to be the Ember Spirit that goes down. BKB is popped. They can see everybody because he has the gem on the front line. He's just going to come and kill the supports one by one. There's absolutely nothing that they can do about this Nightstalker on the front lines, and that means that the rest of TNC is free to do whatever they want as well. Late game, you're going to go for a Nullifier because that is going to counter stuff like Force Staff and Ghost Scepter, and you pretty much just play it exactly like we've watched Gabbi do. You're just going to jump the back lines, you're going to find the squishy targets, you're going to kill them because you do way too much damage and there's no way to escape when you have this item build. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and shout out once again to Skillshare, our sponsor for this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is it meme? Is it meta? Is it completely busted? And of course, if you want to support the channel, check out that free 2 months of Skillshare in the link in the description below as well. Good luck, have fun in your games, and we'll see you next time.